I want to talk about. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. I don't want to talk about this, but I got to. I got to talk about it. Jen Psaki. What do you think of her? What do you guys think? Do you miss Kaylee? I miss Kaylee McEnany a lot. I think she was awesome. On on point, articulate. She got her point across right away. She knew exactly what she wanted to say. If someone caught her off guard, she wasn't. She opened her binder and be like, this is, boom, every single subject, every single answer, boom. Because the media wouldn't let Trump have anything less. If he had anything less, they would eat him alive. And whoever was standing there. Jen Psaki, this girl, my goodness. You know, gaslighting, condescending. I don't know many condescending people in my life, but she is incredibly. The way she speaks to people is just, you just don't talk to people like that. You know they only call on the good reporters. And I say good reporters by the people that they approve of. Just like Biden has his approved list of people he's supposed to call on. And then he calls from someone from the AP. Of course, from the AP. You know, this is an article from The Hill. Now, I got into an argument with Tim Pool about this. I said The Hill is left-leaning. And he said, no, you're wrong. What a surprise, of course. And I was like, that's fine. You can think I'm wrong. I still think it's left-leaning. And he got pretty mad at me. And I was just like, dude, you know, they are left-leaning. And this article proves Tim actually right. They are kind of more in the middle. I'm shocked. But the comments under their post of this proves to me that the people that read The Hill, most of The Hill's posts are leftists. This gives me hope. This makes me feel a sense of relief from The Hill. Seriously, check this out. Jen Psaki, professional gaslighter on defunding the police. What is going on here? Whoa. I mean, just look at the title. I was like, I don't normally read The Hill's stuff, I'll be honest. I tend to skip it. I follow them because I like to see what the left is doing. But look at this. Listen to this. Politics is the only area of American life in which spinning the news, attempting to control public opinion by giving a bias and sometimes outright false account of events is not only accepted, but celebrated. Many of us in the business love spin, particularly when it pushes a narrative that supports our own worldview. One recent example came from the White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki, who tried to spin the American Rescue Plan, the $1.9 trillion coronavirus rescue plan, as a piece of crime-fighting legislation, and Republicans as the party that supports defunding the police. Psaki claimed in a press conference that President Biden championed the American Rescue Plan because it could help ensure local cops were kept on the beat in communities across the country. As you know, she added, it didn't receive a single Republican vote. That funding has been used to keep cops on the beat. So if you're following along, the American Rescue Plan was actually about keeping local cops on the beat, which is odd because not once during 3 of Biden's biggest speeches did he talk about crime or the need to keep cops on the beat. At the Democratic National Convention in August of 2020, Biden didn't say the word police or crime even once. At his inauguration speech in January 2021, Biden didn't say the word police or crime even once. During his first address to the joint session of Congress, Biden did once utter the word police, but it had nothing to do with putting more cops on the beat. And that was the extent of it. As for the crime, the word came up 3 times during the joint session, but it had nothing to do with skyrocketing violent crime rates like in Chicago or New York or practically all of California. Instead, it was mentioned in relation to hate crimes and homemade handguns. Oh my gosh, of course. Of course. Now, hate crimes is absolutely a thing that we got to look at. But it's not the hate crimes you think is as prevalent as what they're spewing. Here's how bad things are. In New York, murders are up nearly 50% compared to this point pre-pandemic 2019. In Atlanta, the murder rate is up 60% from last year. Chicago has recorded more than 1,900 shootings, a 53% increase over 2019. And did I talk about this? I don't know if I did or not, but you can't even criticize the mayor of Chicago because she says it's racist and she's a woman. It's misogynistic and racist and probably homophobic too. She's probably going to throw that out there eventually as well. Ridiculous that you can't even criticize a mayor doing a terrible job. In Portland, murders are up 800%. 800%. This is the kicker. Check this out. Seattle is seeing its highest homicide rate in 26 years. Over the holiday weekend, at least 150 people were shot and killed during the more 400 shootings across the country. Ready for this? Ready for this? This is my favorite part of this entire thread here. Those are just a few examples, but all have a common thread. These cities are all run by Democratic mayors. Oof! Oh, the Hill! Coming in hot. They're right. They're all Democratic mayors. And it's these Democrats spouting out. These Republicans are the worst. They don't know how to run things. When their own cities are burning to the ground. Insanity. Thank you, Hill, for actually saying the truth. It's refreshing. This recent New York Times headline sums up the overall situation. With homicides, this is it right here. With homicides rising, cities brace for a violent summer. Homicides rates in large cities were up more than 30% on average last year and up another 24% for the beginning of this year, according to criminologists. There it is. Yeah, because crime is spiking all over the place because they defunded the police in these cities. Ugh. As for keeping cops on the beat, someone should ask Psaki why police retirements are up 45%, while resignations are up 18% this year nationwide. Because they defunded the police and there has been an anti-police rhetoric for the past year and a half. That's why. It's crazy. These people believe Psaki in the... you know what? I have to pull up the comments on this. I'll do it after I finish reading this article. But I have to read you some of the comments from these people. My gosh, it's crazy. How could this be happening if the American Rescue Plan passed and was signed by the president? Oh, that's right. Police funding largely comes from a local level, not the federal one. Would you look at that? And when many of the political media portray police as the bad guys, even as racists, and when the president talks about systemic racism in our criminal justice system while talking about police reform in the name of George Floyd without acknowledging that American cities are under siege, it makes his press secretary's argument that skyrocketing violent crime is the GOP's fault is as sad as it is laughable. This is the Hill writing this. Right? I know. I had to take a second to just stop and just marvel at an article from The Hill. Goodness sakes. Psaki's spin to end all spins isn't working in the court of public opinion either. A new poll from ABC News and the Washington Post. Keep in mind, they're asking those two, ABC and WAPO. 38% of Americans approve of Biden's response to rapidly rising crime. Yeah, and think about the demographic of ABC News and Washington Post. That's probably a high number. Like if you really get into over to the conservative side of the people that voted for Trump and see if they like Biden's numbers, see what their approval ratings are, see if they approve of Biden's response or lack of response to the rapid rising crime. Dude, yeah, I look over in chat right now and I see what response. Exactly. What response? There is no response. He's eating ice cream. And the news is like, oh, what kind of ice cream did you get? They're freaking out. Chocolate, he gets 2 scoops. The media freaked out when Trump got 2 scoops and everyone else got 1 scoop. They're like, wow, look at this guy getting 2 scoops. What an asshole. Sorry about my French there. Pardon my language. Goodness sakes. Just like the border crisis, the crime crisis is a problem for which this administration seems to have no real answers. Add rising crime rates with rising inflation, the Democrats don't have much to run on in 2022. As it stands, 2022 is starting to look much like 2010 during the first Obama-Biden midterm, which resulted in a red wave loss of 63 seats for Democrats in the House of Representatives. Oof. I wasn't very political then, but my goodness, does that not sound glorious? It does, because these Democrats don't know how to run their own cities, let alone make decisions that affect all of us, affecting rules that they want to just blanketly apply. It's ridiculous. They're going to ruin this country and how amazing it is. Now, I have to show you the comments on this. All right, keep in mind, these people are unhinged. I'll fight you over Jen. She's the best press secretary in memory. You want to attack her, you come to me first. Ratioed. All right, I love it. I love it. Sorry I won't vote Republican. Public Klan. My goodness. People think because you're Republican that you're a part of the Klan, you're a racist instantly. That's how polarized these people are. They think they've been convinced that they're the enemy. It's not defund, it's demilitarize. No, it's been defund for a long time. You can't change your freaking words now. The Hill, professional gaslighter on semantics. See, people are so angry. They're so upset. I did not read the article, but the use of the term gaslighting when I speak of the Biden administration. Oh, okay. All right, well, why publish this? You mean this truth? This truth bomb? This article is drivel. Saved you a click. You know what the Dems are going to run in 2022? Not going to back to the mess Trump and friends created. What mess? What mess are they talking about? America was prospering. Inflation was not an issue. Right? Americans were getting paid. The military was getting paid. Peace was happening. People weren't being price gouged by Big Pharma. Oh yeah, Biden put an end to that. Remember that? He stopped all of Trump's thing. Insulin. Trump had an executive order to force Big Pharma to give good, relatively cheap prices on insulin because people were driving up to Canada or down to Mexico to get it. And he said, if they can get it cheaper there, you have to sell it cheaper here. Same price. Biden got rid of that. Now it's back up to like $85 or something. It's crazy. God, these people are freaking nuts, man. I can't stand these people.